everyone. It's been a while since I have had an all-women panel on Storyboard 18, but today is my lucky day. I'm at Dentsu's Mumbai office, and joining me in a special chat are women leaders at Dentsu. Joining us, we have Amanda Morrissey, Global President, iProspect and Chief Growth Officer, Media, Dentsu. Joining her is Shenda Loughnane, Global Brand President, Dentsu X. Then we have Prerna Mehrotra, Chief Client Officer and CEO, Media, Asia Pacific, Dentsu. And then finally, we have Anita Kotwani, CEO, Media, South Asia, Dentsu. They are telling us more about plans for the agency going forward and how is the overall media and advertising landscape. Ladies, welcome to CNBC-TV18.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amanda, so let's begin this conversation with you. What are the plans set out for Dentsu for 2024, and how much of the plans have been achieved so far as we are close to closing the year 2024?
Real focus areas for us as we've come into 24. Number one, client. So we always put client at the center of our business. As we've come into 24, there's a lot of insecurity. Obviously, we've come out of COVID. There's a lot of geopolitical change within the environment. There's a lot of media landscape shifting. So how do we sort of really make sure that we're creating the right team structures, the right operational structures for our clients? So we spend a lot of time doing that to give them the flexibility and resources that they need. We've been very successful at that. We've reorganized our top clients globally and then how they fall in the regions and the markets. And we've also put client leadership on the board within Dentsu as well. So making sure they're at the decision-making, point of view and conversation for us as an organization. So that's been a really big strategic priority for us, and one that has really helped us drive growth for Dentsu and for our clients and build that business partnership, because that's really what is at the heart of our business. So our first priority is around clients. Our second one is around talent. And I think one of the things that I'm relatively new to Dentsu. I was amazed by how long people have actually been here.
Yeah.
I'm relatively new here, and one of the things that's really surprised me when I first arrived was just the generosity of spirit and the quality of the talent here. And so, again, this year, one of our priorities is the landscape shifting. People are having to upskill all the time. The geopolitical landscape and the way people work is having to change. So how do we set our talent up for success, make sure we train and develop them, and make sure we've got the right talent capabilities within our business to move forward? So the third part of for us with Dentsu has been growth. So we need to grow our business, and so we've been really focused on growth, and we've achieved fairly significant growth this year. We've seen really good growth as we've come into the first 8 months of the year. And then to achieve that, again, to the point that you asked about the industry trends, we've really focused this year on capability building. And when we thought about capability building, it's very much been around our clients and what's going to drive growth for them and for us as well. And so we've been looking at those really fast currents for growth. And obviously a lot of that is in retail because everything is commerce. Yeah. So retail, media and commerce has been a big area that we've focused on. Effectiveness is a really big thing that clients are asking us for. Media's actually got onto the boardroom table. And so what a lot of our clients are asking for us is the business intelligence. How is my media dollars really driving my business impacts? They can take it to the board. So marketing ROI has been another area that we've really focused on. So not just media ROI, but marketing ROI. And I guess the final piece for us has been around sort of the content and the emergence and the proliferation of content and around social influencer and live commerce as well. So we've been building those capabilities as well. So I think we've done a lot, and actually being here in India this week and seeing what the team have done and achieved here across those strategic priorities, it's just blown my mind.
So I'm going to speak about the 4 things that you said. One is clients, people, growth and capability building is what your focus for the year 2024 was. Shenda, over to you. 2 of these things, which is clients and people. Everyone knows, the industry knows that, Dentsu overall, worldwide, has been through quite a shape shift, like, a turmoil, so to speak, over the past couple of years. Now, finally, we see some sort of stability achieved at Dentsu. How much, over the past few months, have you been able to regain new client trust and, attract talent towards the agency?
And the industry has changed quite fundamentally. We're seeing some really interesting developments, of course, in AI. Everybody's talking about AI. And we say that, we've come from an era that was very much the broadcast era, which was all about brand building, into the precision era, which was all about sort of performance marketing. And we're now in what we call the algorithmic era, which is all where AI is the gatekeeper and is controlling aspects of our lives and also deciding what content is displayed and what brands are displayed. And that's required some changes. And so what we've done over the last, number of years is to really look at how we reorganize our business to be ready for that change in the industry. So we've done all of that work over the last number of years. And as you say, we've done work to rationalize our brands. We went from 150 brands down to 5 key brands that we focus on. And that's all been in service of delivering for our clients and really thinking about how we drive growth for our clients. And so to your question about driving growth for our clients, that organization is about facilitating how we build brands for our clients across media, creative, data and technology, and bringing those skills together really holistically to be able to drive that growth for our clients. So that's the journey that we've been on. And as Amanda said, we're really starting to see the fruits of that, and the growth that we've delivered over this year, I think, is really a testament to that, not just at a global level, but also in India as well. And I know Anita can come and talk to some of that. But that is really now driving, I think, growth at a global and at a local and regional level as well.
And yeah, coming to growth, Anita, what are the strategies you're focusing on to drive growth for dentsu in India? Because we all know, like, whichever holding company I speak to, whether it's a WPP leader, an Omnicom leader, everyone's focus is on India. They speak about how India is going to be the next big market for the holding company. So what are some of the things that you're focusing on to drive growth?
So one of the most important parts that we've pulled in our growth agenda is really saying, how do you define growth? For us, it's the depth that we get into a client fold into. How do we immerse ourselves into our clients' businesses? So the sheer depth gives us the expansion of services, the new age ones that Amanda talked about, very much prevalent in our country. So whether it's total commerce, retail, content, influencer marketing, data and analytics, MMM, these are all specializations that we have very much in India as well. So that's one level of saying, I have a client, how do I expand my services to that client? The other one is really around the new logos. How do I bring in the additional new logos, which are going to give us the badge value that dentsu really, really needs? We've added 80 so far in the year. So we're pretty happy with the momentum in growth that we are seeing. We won them from the other operating companies, some big, some small. So excited from the team that's driving growth. There is a dedicated growth squad within the organization that has helped us deliver a lot more better momentum compared to, let's say, what probably other agencies are, where you have your client leaders striving to drive the new logo. But we've created a special team that's really helping us accelerate growth. So that's how we're looking at it from an India standpoint.
Yeah, and coming to clients, Prerna, what are some of the things that clients are speaking in the year? How has the year been? What is the sentiment like for 2024? From whatever conversations that I've had with CMOs and CEOs, I'm gauging that, the sentiment is, cautiously optimistic. Are you also hearing that? Is it going to change as we step into the festival?
I would say it's fair to say that it is cautiously optimistic because, clients are treating with a lot of caution when even dollars are being flowed to us, as agencies. But what has happened in the last few years, I would say, is that there is a lot more accountability expected from agencies than ever before. So whether it's a review process or an existing brief, there is a demand that clients have where, as Amanda mentioned, media takes the front seat, but media also takes full accountability of how and where that money is being spent. So we need to ensure that, the money that is being spent by these clients is in the right places to target the right consumers. So a lot of the conversations have been around ROI and how media could become the growth driver for their business. So I think there's a lot of linkages that we are seeing in that space, but clearly monies flow in when you're able to show value. So it's all about value creation. So what clients are expecting from us is to show value through the full funnel experience that the consumer goes through, in ensuring that from start to finish, you're able to deliver the KPIs throughout the process, but eventually deliver business results. So it's the expectation is you become a growth partner for them. And if you are the growth partner, in my view, money flows in.
Well, on that note, it is time for a short break. This conversation will continue. You don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome back. In a special conversation, I'm catching up with women leaders at Dentsu's Mumbai office. Globally, Amanda, how is the geopolitical situation? How are the economic challenges shaping your strategies? Because this is also the year which had over 60 elections world over, shift and change in government, shift in political dynamics, economic crisis. We are all aware of how some of the countries are grappling with cost of living, job issues, etc. So how are they shaping your strategies?
We have an analyst team that continually looks at what's happening on a geopolitical level, that provides really fast, almost real-time advice, information and data to us, because obviously in the media landscape that we're in and the regulations that sit around that, that's really important. So we get that to our client, and our clients turn to us for advice the minute something happens, in a build up to an election, announcement of conflict, some sort of data leakage or regulation change. They'll come to us for advice, good solid fact-based analysis of what's going on from when we can make decisions. So that I think that sort of analysis team has been really important to us in terms of how we can respond quickly, get the facts and the information, and then take that out to our clients. And then what we've seen from a client angle is either budget shifts, either downgrades of budgets in the mains. We've had to have the flexibility to be able to be their growth partner, as Prerna said, and be there with them, not to down tools on teams, to have the flexibility to deliver the work to the quality that we want when we're seeing the budget shift. And we've also seen on a global level where we're running campaigns and activities across multiple markets at the same time. When something happens in one market or one region, we have to be able to move really quickly globally to realign, maybe take spend out of a market, put it somewhere else, reallocate spend into a market. So that flexibility, I think this year more than any that I've been in this industry, we've really had to, I guess we've got the systems now to really bake that into the way we think. So agility and flexibility is very much how it's impacted our strategy. It doesn't affect the core strategy, but the ability to be able to pivot quickly within it has been really important.
Gen AI has been the talk of the town. AI and machine learning have been spoken about extensively. Amanda, having said that, how are you looking at AI overall as Dentsu?
We think about AI in two different ways. First of all, there's embedded AI. Embedded AI is what sits within the platforms that we use, like Meta platforms, like the Google platforms. And we're actually leading in embedded AI. So we've spent a lot of time making sure that our teams are really highly proficient in the usage of AI that sits within the platforms. So I think that's the first aspect of AI. And we like to say that we have hyper-specialist teams across all of these platforms that are really using AI to really good effect. So that's, I guess, one part of AI. Another part of AI is just in how you work day to day. So you see AI flowing through Microsoft tools. So giving our people the tools to be able to just work more effectively. Before we started talking to you this morning, we were having a chat about ChatGPT and how useful it's become. And we have our own version of that, Dentsu GPT, that our teams use to just be that little bit more efficient in how they work day to day. And then we're thinking about applied AI, which are bespoke AI solutions that we build for our clients that answer really specific needs, where AI can help them take that transformational leap that they want to go on. So building really bespoke solutions, be that in the creative or the media spaces, that help our clients get to the next level. So we sort of think of it in those sort of blocks, and really it's core to how we live today. It also, I think, think really importantly, is influencing how brands are displayed in media, because AI is almost like the gatekeeper for brands' exposure on platforms. So that's really important as well as we think about strategies that we develop for our clients. So those are some of the ways that we're thinking about it.
In fact, you know, even on the embedded AI, for example, India, because of the talent pool that you have, with the global teams, our teams from India are actually working out with the Meta guys to actually create a new product for them. It's called Smart Feeds. It's a special project initiative from their side, which we're building out of India. So I think the talent, the pool that we have over here is capable of, you know, pulling out an idea, getting it approved from the partner, getting the funding from them and saying, okay, create it and build it for us. So this embedded conversation that she's talking about is really a lot to try and build in the new products that we want with our partners, which is the open source story that we'll tell. And that's what we're trying to do in India as well.
And what are some of the you know, questions that clients are asking when it comes to AI, you know, driving media solutions?
So very much data-driven marketing. There's a lot on dynamic creative optimization. So which component of the media journey, the consumer journey, are you going to be able to ensure that you automate a lot more? So whether it's the inciting part where you're getting richer insights from consumers, whether it's the activating part, how do you use AI to kind of get faster, speed at scale? How are you trying to pull out solutions there? So that's the second part they're looking at. How are you optimizing? Because if AI is doing the work, then there is something in the mix that really needs to change. You need to be nimble and adapt to change strategies. So fast-moving, fluid data, learning from it, adapting to it, and then finally landing the solutions to, again, coming back to the big question, right? Outcomes for the client, is it delivering the number? And that's the part, that's the holy grail for us. If we are able to use whatever tools and technologies that are there within our fold to finally drive and become their growth partner by giving them the business outcomes that they're looking for, I think we'd be very, very happy. The client delight that Prerna talked about would be delivered.
Yeah, and I just feel that it's interesting, right? It's an age of experimentation, and I think that's why we love being a part of the Media Girl gang, because I just feel that, you know, with AI, you know, with the conversations we are having with clients around the evolution of technology, embracing that and applying it to work is what excites us, right? Because we have really seen the evolution of the industry in the last 20 years. And I think there's no better time to work in the field that we are in, because you can truly come, experiment, be flexible, test things out. And I think what I'm also seeing, you know, particularly with clients, is the openness to test and learn and scale. So you are seeing that mentality even flow. In fact, with a lot of clients, we've put test calendars in place, you know, which we keep a tab of. So there's a lot more of experimentation that's going on in today's day and age than you'd ever experienced before. And that's why I guess media is so exciting to be a part of.
Great. And since you mentioned Media Girls Gang, which is right here with us on the show today, you know, what is some of the advice that you would like to give, as it is advertising, you know, industries losing talent to other sectors? So if someone who wants to enter the media investment industry, so to speak, media investment space, so to speak, what is the advice that you girls would like to give to like a complete fresher entering this industry?
Do you want me to go first?
Yes, why not?
Wow.
All right. So I think I wouldn't say media is media. I think modern media is very different. And the way we articulate media is, it's a media plus approach. It'll be media plus creative, media plus technology, media plus data. And I think that's what's exciting about our industry. Media is not the static media that you knew before, but it's ever evolving, it's ever changing. And that's what's interesting about the spectrum of work that we do today. It is the place to be, because you learn around evolution of technology. You learn how do you create transformative brand experiences for clients. And more importantly, you work with clients to deliver the outcome.
Anita, traditionally in Indian advertising, we have seen a lot of media investment women leaders. So how, you know, what would be your advice being in this industry for such a long time?
So I'll be very honest, I've been in this industry for more than 25 years.
Yeah.
And I'll second what Prerna said. for me, every single day that I come to work is amazing. It's amazing for the simple reason it's not media anymore. Like we said, there is a lot of plus that's happening. The work that I did today and what I was doing last year or 5 years earlier is very, very different. Today, you heard us talk about performance 2.0, what's the next story? Total commerce, how are you going to build that? You had commerce, there's quick commerce, there's social commerce, now there's total commerce. So even for me, as a veteran from the industry 25 years back, if I did not do that lifelong learning that Prerna spoke about, how am I going to evolve myself as a leader? I see the work that I did 10 years back to the work that I do today is so very different.
Completely
That's why
different,
it keeps me motivated,
Yeah.
excited to be in this industry. Otherwise, you would have said, if I'm going to do that same media plan and buying and churn that out, the excitement of this industry would not have been there. And there I feel the media industry in India did far better than the creative guys. Because the way we built the new age practices across content, across commerce, across bottom of the funnel, across new age things, retail, which is the next big thing. I think media, because you live your life as media went forward and did all of those practice creations far better than what the creative agencies did it. So I genuinely feel investment is one small component. And even in the investment story, it's not today only investment. There are strategic commercial models that you want to pull together. There are different negotiation strategies that you pull together. There's an open source alliances and partnership story that you build together. So even that field, just on the investment side of how the money needs to be spent, has spiraled into so many verticals for us that we're actually expanding the thinking even over there. So really exciting times. I don't think I'll tell anybody, you're joining a media agency. I'll say you're joining a powerhouse of practices. Come and learn, move from one to the other and enjoy the atmosphere that we've created.
Sometimes it's also creating an entirely new product product solution for a client.
Absolutely.
Yes. Final thoughts, Amanda. What do you believe will be the most significant changes in the media landscape by 2025?
So I think it's going to be about AI. And it's not, to Shenda's point, it's not that it hasn't been there. At all. It's about the fact that it's speeding up at the pace that it is, both in terms of how the media operates, but also how consumers are behaving and how consumer choice will be defined moving forward. So for me, it's very much about being operationally ready for the future developments of AI.
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
With that, it's a wrap. Goodbye.